Welcome to another episode of Geopolitical Reality on Pathfinder by SG. Today, we uncover a story that will leave you stunned. Why does the USA want Greenland? And could Canada be next? This isn't just a wild theory. There are hard facts and historical patterns to back it up. The idea, famously brought into the spotlight by none other than Donald Trump, raised eyebrows worldwide. But what lies beneath this ambition? Is it about resources, global influence, or something much bigger? Let's deep dive. Chapter 1. The History of America's Interest in Greenland. To understand why the USA wants Greenland, we must rewind to history. America's obsession with Greenland didn't begin with Trump. Back in 1867, the United States purchased Alaska from Russia. During that time, Greenland was also considered a target. Although the deal didn't go through, it planted the seeds of interest. Fast forward to 1946, when President Harry Truman outright offered Denmark $100 million in gold to purchase Greenland. Why? Because World War II had made Greenland strategically important. It acted as a military base for the Allies and a watchtower against potential Soviet threats during the Cold War. Denmark rejected the offer, but the U.S. military retained a presence on the island through the Thule Air Base, a crucial radar station still operational today. Now, enter Donald Trump.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time.
Chapter 2. Greenland, the icy gold mine. Beneath the surface, Greenland, the world's largest island, is covered in ice. But what lies beneath that ice has the potential to change the global power structure. Greenland is rich in rare earth elements, or REEs. These are essential for modern technology, from smartphones to fighter jets. Currently, China dominates this market, and the USA sees Greenland as a way to break this monopoly. Oil and gas. Estimates suggest Greenland holds around 50 billion barrels of oil and significant natural gas reserves. The melting ice caps are making these resources more accessible. Minerals, gold, diamonds, uranium, and iron ore are also found here. But that's not all. Greenland's location is another gold mine. Positioned between North America and Europe, it's a critical point for Arctic trade routes. As climate change melts Arctic ice, new shipping lanes are opening, reducing the distance between Asia, Europe, and North America. Whoever controls Greenland controls these lanes. Chapter 3. Trump's bold move and reactions. When Trump proposed buying Greenland, it wasn't taken lightly. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, called the idea absurd. Greenlandic leaders also responded firmly, saying their land is not for sale. However, Trump's administration wasn't joking. According to sources, officials had started drafting economic strategies to integrate Greenland into the United States economy. Why? Because controlling Greenland would allow the United States to dominate the Arctic, countering growing Russian and Chinese influence. Here's an interesting fact. Russia has been building military bases in the Arctic to exploit its resources. China calls itself a near-Arctic state and is heavily investing in Greenland's infrastructure. In such a scenario, the United States sees Greenland as the ultimate strategic counter to these superpowers. Chapter 4. Could Canada be next? The shocking possibility. Now let's shift our focus to Canada. While the idea of annexing Canada might sound far-fetched, there's a historical precedent. In the early 20th century, American politicians floated the idea of annexing Canada to unify North America. During the Cold War, Canada played a pivotal role in the United States defense strategy with the NORAD Agreement, creating a joint air defense system. In recent years, the United States has increased its economic and military ties with Canada. But some conspiracy theorists believe that America's ultimate goal is to merge Canada into its fold. While this is unlikely, Trump's boldness makes you wonder, could such a move ever be seriously considered? Canada's abundant natural resources, including oil, gas, and minerals, make it a highly attractive target. With the second largest landmass in the world, it would provide unparalleled strategic and economic advantages. But there's a catch. Canadians have a strong sense of identity and sovereignty. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been vocal about maintaining Canada's independence, and any such move would face fierce resistance. Chapter 5. Global Implications and Strategic Rivalries. If the US were to acquire Greenland or even increase its influence over Canada, the global balance of power would shift dramatically. Here's how. 1. Arctic dominance. The Arctic is fast becoming a battleground for superpowers. Owning Greenland would give the US a front-row seat in this race. 2. Energy wars. With Greenland's oil and gas reserves, America could further cement its energy dominance. 3. Countering China and Russia. Both nations are aggressively expanding their influence in the Arctic. The US sees this as a direct threat to its global leadership, but this strategy comes at a cost. Nations like Denmark, Canada, and even allies in Europe have voiced concerns about America's growing ambitions. They fear it could lead to a new era of neo-colonialism where powerful nations exploit smaller ones for resources and strategic gains. Chapter 6. The Future of the USA's Territorial Ambitions. Let's not forget, the idea of America expanding its territories isn't new. From the Louisiana Purchase to the annexation of Hawaii, the US has always been a land-hungry nation. Greenland might just be the next step in this historical trend, but the real question is, will the world allow it? With increasing global awareness about sovereignty and environmental concerns, such ambitions face more resistance than ever before. And finally, what does this all mean? Donald Trump's interest in Greenland wasn't just a bizarre headline. It was a strategic move rooted in resources, location, and power. Whether or not the US ever succeeds in acquiring Greenland or influencing Canada, one thing is clear: the race for global dominance is heating up. Dear viewers, what do you think? Is this just another bold idea from Trump, or is it a glimpse into America's long-term strategy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pathfinder by SG for more fascinating stories that uncover the hidden truths of global politics. Until next time, stay tuned.